She seems kind of sketchy. Stay in the car, kids. Good morning, my people. It is the final day. Final day. There's nothing I could tell you that would even be able to barely let you grasp the amount of work we've done in the past 2 weeks. It's insane. What's up, little man? We have been grinding like crazy. I mean, seriously, I haven't been this sore since like boot camp. We've been just freaking out in our field every day trying to get our farm ready for some cattle. The cattle are gonna be delivered tomorrow, and I'm gonna go around and show you just a little bit of the work that we've done. But unless you've been paying like a ton of attention to the channel and like you know what our property looked like beforehand, it's not gonna look like much. But oh my gosh, man, it's so much work. I just didn't want to film it because it gets in the way, and I didn't know how interested you guys would be, but I figured I should at least fill you in a little bit. You ready to go? All right. So for starters, I built this fence here around Desiree's garden. Did that last week. Yo! Swang down this way. So see all this brush and stuff like this? The whole fence line all the way down looked just like that. Like that. So I mentioned we're getting the property ready for cattle. We are going with a double hot wire all the way around the whole property. So all these fence posts we put in, we have one solar charger guy there that keeps all that stuff electrified, and it's gonna do a full 360 around the entire property, and that will work perfectly fine to get us started, but it's just the starting point. We're gonna have to continue to build off of that. I've been clearing all this brush away from this fence so that we could use it. I got permission from our neighbor. He's gonna allow us to run a wire along that fence. I think the fence belongs to him, but I'm gonna need to reinforce the fence because it's not in the very best shape. Like I said, it doesn't look like much, but it took me a solid day and a half, full day out here clearing this fence line. It took forever. Desiree's going along and she's putting in insulators for the fence. So we're all out here working as a team. Sterling, what's your job? What? What's your job? What do you say?
Riding his motorcycle.
That's right.
Sippy sip.
Just a sippy sip?
Just a little sip.
It's my bang.
Yeah, it's pure cancer poison, but
I bought it in advance for today.
it will make me energized.
A sippy sip will? How much of a sippy sip are you going to take?
Not very much. These things give me headaches.
That's how you know it's good.
Dad.
It explodes the brain cells.
I like Diet Coke.
Yes. You can have more than that if you need it. Froze rose. Are you putting them in like that? That the nail is?
Yeah, you just put it right here. You just go.
No.
I'm joking.
That insulator's on there wrong with the nail, though.
No, I know that.
Okay. Like you putting them in all backwards? Okay.
Come on, Sawyer.
Clear my path, children. I have a tour.
Sawyer, come this way. Dad's gonna start.
I'm in the middle of a tour. Watch out, dogs. All right.
Hooked on a feeling, I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. It's as sweet as candy, its taste is on my mind. Girl, you got me thirsty for another cup of wine. Got a bug from you, girl, but I don't need no cure.
Oh, I'm gonna get demonetized. All right, so if you remember, this was just a kind of a narrow trail. I could fit the side-by-side through it, but it was tight. You'd hit a lot of branches. I opened it all up in here and cleared this path, and I'm running a fence all the way along this side here so that there's plenty of room for the fence so that the side-by-sides don't end up hitting it. And this is also going to be like a nice shaded area where the cattle can hang out back here, where I'm going to build feeders and stuff I'm trying to do everything as cheap and as natural as possible. So I'm gonna find spots like that have like 4 trees kind of nearby. I'm gonna make little feeder pens out of those trees instead of buying like a steel feeder pen. It's gonna be pretty cool. All right. So this is our stop, and then I'll continue to show you the rest of the property later.
Yeah, you turn me on. I'm hooked on a feeling. I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. I'm hooked on a feeling, and I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. I said I'm hooked on a feeling, and I'm high on.
I'm so beyond burnt out, but we're almost there. I gotta go clear out this tree and a bunch of sticker bushes so we can finalize the fence. One big 360. If it goes all the way around 360, it's a lot more powerful. And this is just sort of like stage 1 for the fence. We're gonna add a second solar box eventually, and just sort of like maintain and reinforce it as we go, but we just needed to get it ready for the cattle for now. There's only gonna be 4 adults, there's only gonna be 3 adults and 3 babies, so it's not like there's gonna be a ton of cattle out here yet. Adapt so quickly, it's crazy. Less than 15 months ago, we were living in a suburb house with a half-acre yard, and now we're out here full-on farming. Crazy. This wasn't even on our radar 2 years ago. All right, so it's been a couple hours since I addressed you guys last, but I think it's finally time I can legitimately say that this power starts here and it goes all the way around through the woods in the back, comes all the way through here and to here. And so with this, for now, this is how we're doing a gate. It's super simple, it's just running the wire across. So we don't have to have a gate, the power stays on. We're able to save a little bit of money since it goes all the way around, but the problem is if this box quits working or if there's a cut. Well, actually, so there's 2 wires, and I wired it so that if say the top is cut, the bottom will still work, or vice versa. They're independent of each other, but they all come back into the power source, and they pick up on one another in different areas, so if one breaks, it should still have power from the top line. So trying to make it as redundant as possible, and we'll add another solar box once we have the money, but we are totally tapped out on funds. So that was a super successful day, a lot of hard work. Tomorrow I will go around the whole perimeter and run a test on it and see how many volts we're getting out of the whole thing on all the corners, make sure it's going to be high enough, and then we'll take delivery of the cattle. So it's going to be super exciting. I hope that you guys are excited to see this whole new process in our life, and yeah, it's all done.
Good job. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Today is the day. It's cow day.
Cow day.
All right, we're gonna go check our fence. One last check. We have this little tester, and it goes up to 7,000 volts. We're hoping that the fence is around 6,000 to 7,000 volts all the way around. That tells us that it's working really, really well, and it's gonna be a good, just a good barrier for the cows. Des, I'd like to get some signs that we like hang on the wire.
That's a good idea.
And we should probably get some ribbon in some spots just to like, because there's some spots where it's longer than just those things. And I already know I'm gonna come whipping through here someday. I'm gonna be like half drunk and I'm just gonna go rip right through the sign. Yeah, so.
I think it's off right now.
All right, so we drove through. I reconnected the gate like it's gonna be when the cows are in here. I'll go ahead and flip this guy on. I got my light flashing saying it's okay. Now what I have to do is you hook this meter on and then you take this ground pin and you have to stick it into the ground because that's your negative, is these pins in the ground. So I stick this in the ground and then I look at this. I'm seeing it now.
You see the light now?
Yeah, it's only 1,000 volts though.
Really?
Yeah. Like 1,000 to 600.
Okay.
Which isn't a very good zap. I mean, I don't want to test it, but we probably need another one of these boxes.
Okay.
Which would be really easy to add. We could add one. I was thinking of adding one on that corner.
Yep.
Or that corner would be great, where that water is. Because then this would run this half, and this one would run this half.
Yeah. Cool. I'll try and pick one up today.
But the thing is, babe, it's supposed to do 18 miles.
Well, it does technically. It just isn't doing very strong 18 miles.
Yeah, see, that part got wrapped around metal.
Oh yeah, that's touching right there.
Will you grab it real quick and just undo it? All right, let's go shut it off, and then we'll explore the property looking for any issues like that. Shit. Yeah, we need to make sure that this fence is just left on, because some deer probably came through and just pressed stomp on this and ruined it. I put this all in yesterday, so not even 24 hours and it's ruined. This is gonna be our life from now on, just dealing with electric fence. It's got to at least be on, because when they hit it, they'll jump it maybe.
Yeah.
That wire snapped. Almost, it pulled the nail right out of the tree.
That's some strong deer.
Strong ass deer.
Strong deer.
And then I'll retension this wire.
Get it to build up a charge.
But it's weird, because when it delivers a charge, it's not as bad. It steadily gets worse and worse. And now it's starting to shock me worse. It's building back up. Ah! Kind of feels cool. Ugh, okay. But if you leave it, if you leave it alone for a while, it's still shocking there. But honestly though, I don't think that would even bother a cow at all.
Well, it's only been on for like a minute.
Jesus! Starting to build up. Nothing. Yeah, I think it's just dumping a charge. Well, I can feel that one in my armpit.
Stop shocking yourself, weirdo.
Yeah. That even caught me. All right. This is it. Our cows just arrived. So we're gonna run them down right now. Here comes Des. So exciting! Here we go. Hey! Oh, big mama. Jeez. Just like that, Des. See ya! Dude, what do you think?
So much bigger than I remember.
They're huge.
Fucking monsters.
They're really comfortable right now, though. There they are, baby. Look at them. Oh my gosh, we have cows on our own field, Des. Oh, and they're mooing.
Wow, they're so big. I feel like I'm on a safari.
This feels just like a safari. Look, Des, they're like happily grazing. They're so stoked.
They look good and healthy.
They do. They're gonna be so happy out here. The guy was saying that they're gonna be like, they're gonna just grow insanely fast here because the grass is so good.
Good.
Sawyer, are those cows? Okay, slow down. Des, look how epic that looks. Alright, so Des wants to get them into the first field so they know where their water is. And we're gonna see how this goes.
I don't know if they'll be able to
Dude, look
be
at,
able to find it.
I don't know, we could try getting them over there. Look at the horns on that girl. Des, they're coming right at us now. She seems kind of sketchy. Stay in the car, kids. Sawyer, what do you think about the cows? The cow's there? Yeah. Yeah, that's Dad's motorcycle bike. Yeah, that's Daddy's motorcycle bike. Mm-hmm. You happy?
Yeah, I hope they are.
They seem real happy.
I'm a little stressed, but that's to be expected.
Oh, not nearly as much as he expected them to be.
That's good.
Yeah. I just hope they don't test the fence line. It's not very powerful. So the cows have finally been delivered. Today is the day. We got 3 adults and 3 adolescents, all females. I'm taking the razor back out. I really want to check the fence again, make sure it's putting out enough jewels, because it sort of seems a little weak. And we're trying to decipher if we should go get another box or a bigger charger or what. So yeah, still with our repairs and everything, we're still only getting 1,000 volts. And I don't think, after talking to the dude that just sold us the cows, I don't think 1,000 volts is gonna phase the cow at all, really. So unless they have luckily there's not very many of them, and they like our grass, it's new and it's green. But if they decide to get into the neighbor's field, our little wire's not gonna do much to stop them. So unfortunately we had to separate one cow from her calf. She had a steer calf that had been sold, and everyone else is pretty chill, but she's kind of nervous. She's been looking around. She's keeps looking at the entrance to the pasture. So I'm gonna go park the razor across the front of the entrance so it's more of a visual barrier. It's this cow here with the horns. She's not happy. So because this is where they came through, that big one there with the horns keeps coming up to this fence and getting shocked and turning back around. But our fence isn't as strong as I was hoping. Luckily they're accustomed to fences, so they know not to touch them. But I'm gonna park the razor here like this across this area, so it's just sort of a visual barrier and hope that that keeps her from pushing through this fence and going up the hill. She's looking for her calf right now, which is super sad, but it is part of the way it is. They had sold the calf. We couldn't get the calf with the mom, so she's going to be kind of upset. The rest of the cows seem pretty happy, but that one with the horns just keeps looking around back and forth, trying to find her calf.